Hey everybody, welcome back here to College. Hey everybody, welcome back here. All right, we got another Mrs. Fever special guest edition.
Yay!
Yay! She's come on here to defend herself, rightfully so. But let's go ahead. Poker guy, how you doing out there?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Been surfing a lot, so I haven't been looking at my TV. Have been watching Zero March Madness.
Can I tell you that I'm very concerned about you because
oh, you're so sweet.
Mr. Fever says that you like to surf in like dusk and dawn, and
I do.
that's when sharks eat people. Have you watched any Shark Week ever?
I was gonna say, I was like, you have watched way too much fucking Shark Week. They're there. Like they're always there. Like I see more dolphins
crazy?
than anything. I see tons of dolphins. I see dolphins all the time. But the sharks, I see them, I smell them, and sometimes I'll hit them and touch them.
How many of those porpoises have fucking
God.
plastic
I'm not okay
bags
with
over
that.
their blowholes?
Oh,
A lot.
that's so sad.
Probably
A lot.
80% of them.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
They all
Coral,
have hepatitis.
gone. Fucking hepatitis everywhere.
Then let's swim in that.
Well, what can we say? They all had cruise tickets, all right?
Well, the crazy
cruise
thing is,
tickets.
I don't want to go too negative, so I'm not even going to talk about the manatees who are all dying. But let's continue.
Jesus Christ, not the manatees.
Let's continue here.
Does
not
he have
the
a little
manatees.
manatee hat?
So you're
I
too
do.
busy watching the manatees die to watch any March Madness. That's good. That works for me. I'm too busy. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm not watching any of it either. I'm over it. College basketball.
Thank God.
It's fucking terrible. It's boring. Let's go. NBA playoffs. It's coming soon enough. Did you see the Harden fucking workout video after the 61 points?
No.
Did you see that?
What was he doing?
So he put
or
up
something?
61, and then he did one of those classic LeBron, I'm going to go into the gym and do some curls.
Oh,
And
wow,
then,
rapping
like-
to his
and
favorite.
then like bomb some threes to Meek Mill, and then fucking put it up on Instagram, dude. And so he did one of those things.
Nice.
If you haven't seen it, check it out.
My
It's
favorite
good because he did
one-
it shirtless too, and it's like finally in like almost April, James Harden as a professional athlete's in good enough shape to do his first shirtless Instagram video. So
I'm still having a hard time
congratulations.
I don't know, like if James Harden, I can't tell if he's the villain or the hero. I still don't know. You know what I mean? He's got the beard, so he's cool, but he's also kind of a dick, so he's not cool. I don't really know.
I don't know. I like James Harden. I'm rooting for him. I like him. He's probably
You like the villain, though.
well.
Yeah,
I
he
do like
tends
the
to really
villain. I will say one thing I don't like about James Harden is there are every indication that he is a fan of the yacht life, and I am against that.
Yeah, we don't like that here
once
on this
again.
podcast.
Yeah,
I like that.
so we're anti yacht life. We're team Duchess of Cambridge.
Yes.
And anti this American lady who's trying to infiltrate which by the way that My Pillow emergency Skippy update. We're gonna take a detour here.
Oh,
When is that My
Daniel.
Pillow fucking getting out of the showroom and into the stroller?
Well, we are dying to find out because another thing that makes her so shady is they won't even announce a due date. They're like, maybe it's end of March, maybe it's April, maybe it's May. So like potentially any day now. But she's got nothing. So she's like scrambling at this moment.
So still trying to turn that pillow into a baby. We're all right. So
Yeah.
we'll find out soon enough.
What do you think, Mrs. Fever? Like, what are your predictions here? Because last time we spoke, I mean, it's got to be coming up, right? At least.
Yeah, it's coming up, man. We are all just like chomping at the bit.
Is there an up-to-date picture? Because usually when they're about to pop, they kind of look mega gross. But if you don't, but if you're not really going to pop and you just have a My Pillow shoved under your shirt, you probably look the same, right? Is there like an updated picture that you might be able to link us to?
I can definitely do what I didn't.
It's okay. We don't need to.
No, but it's.
You can send that
I love
off.
a good
You can
conspiracy.
send
I'll
that-
text it to you.
You can send that offline.
Yeah, no, she definitely like does not have like that pregnant lady like
You know what I
poofy,
mean?
swollen,
Yeah.
like
By like month
Yeah.
8, like.
yeah, she doesn't have
hasn't
that at all.
slept, Her eyes are baggy, extra
Yeah,
fatty
and
tissue.
she's still like you
Feet are
know.
all swollen.
No, her feet are not swollen. That's the thing.
She's got eczema, like really, really bad eczema.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like that's true. Look it up.
Yeah, basically it's like Hansen's disease, as I understand it.
Are you talking about?
Pregnancy. It's like leprosy.
You are so weird.
Pregnant women should be isolated so that doesn't spread. Isn't that how that spreads? Am I misinformed here?
It is kind of catchy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead.
That's how it happens. That movie.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. These fucking British people. They spend enough time ruling us. They're not going to rule this.
I don't live with Mrs. Fever, so to me this is a treat. Mrs. Fever, if you want to divulge more into this theory, please, I'm down.
Oh, I'll come back when something like happens. Like if there's like if she like magically finds some, baby that she's trying to pass off as hers, or if she just makes a run for it, or what.
Well, what's the last update? What was the last one? Like the very last update that Skippy posted?
Probably last night at 2 a.m. is probably current.
What was it?
The very latest is that what the Queen has brought in this basically like press watchdog dude to kind of like oversee her and like babysit her and keep her away from their Instagram and their Twitter, because she like wreaks havoc on their social media.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so
is she
has
tweeting
been
at like
given
2
a
in the
babysitter.
morning? Hey, fuck
She
you.
tries to.
Jon Stewart's a little pussy boy.
Yes,
Jon
she's
Stewart's
like that.
a little pussy boy.
Yes, they're trying. It'd be like someone trying to control our sweet president, like, and keep him off Twitter. Like that's this guy's job.
That ain't happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay tuned for our line by line Mueller report next week. Poker Guy's gonna break that down for you.
I'm not gonna break it down. I don't know what's going on.
He's gonna dig into that. He's gonna dig into that.
From what I understand, didn't nothing happen? Didn't it just come out and like literally nothing happened? Like,
I don't know. I didn't read the report.
They dumped it on a Friday afternoon. That should say like a lot right there.
Yeah, I didn't.
But what does it mean though?
Just that whatever they found or didn't find, like
they don't want people talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the fuck.
The manatees still have herpes, and they're all dying. So I don't give a fuck. Save the goddamn manatees.
Yeah.
Save the manatees.
Oh yeah.
Poker Guy still got to take
not
an
here to
extra
help you,
surfboard out with him to fucking drag a manatee carcass in. It's every wave that he catches.
But, yeah.
And stack it up on the beach.
Well, they just got removed off of the endangered species list. So people are like,
manatee.
Yeah, but it's a political move. Like, there's actually less than there ever has been. But now,
good for the manatee.
Now I can build more like sewer drainage into the rivers to feed them, and also kill them.
Well, all you got to do is put one of those nets on it now, and then everyone's a big fan of your sewer drainage. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, look at all the bottles they caught in there. With melted turds in them. So this is a good thing, all right?
Ew,
this is a good thing at this point. It's a good thing at this point. All right, so we're losing people.
We're losing Mrs. Fever right now. She does not like the grossness.
I'm sure this will bring it back. We got to give you a little Ronnie Tug job update here.
Okay.
We're moving straight off of sports. We're not watching March Madness. If you are, you're in the wrong place. If you're waiting for an update on a 70-year-old man who's getting fucking tug jobs in middle to like low tier massage parlors in suburban Florida, well, guess what? Turn the volume up, because that's what we're here to do.
Like, is that a very specific fetish?
What do you mean?
It's just something you
like
get
like a tug job fetish.
Or no, not just like a tug job like a low end tug job fetish.
Low end tug job fetish. No, but like I said, so we were having a conversation about this, and this is part of the reason that Mrs. Fever's on here is we were having a conversation about this, and she's like, I don't get it. This guy's a billionaire, and I'm like, well, one of the ways I saw it explained was that just because he's a billionaire doesn't mean he wants to eat steak for every meal. He might like a nice burger every now and again.
Yeah.
I, of course, played her our he likes an Annie Ann pretzel, so on and so forth. It's his alter ego, Ronnie Tugjob.
RTJ.
That's getting this done. He's taking a vacation from himself.
Yeah.
All right? That's what he's doing.
Some people like dressing up as furries and fucking each other. Some people like dressing up as those giant dolls made of silicone. And other people, they go to the malls.
Some people like catching a hot pretzel and a fucking quick blowjob.
For a cheap handy
hand
and like.
Well, that's the other thing too, is we don't know if it's like just a handy. It's presumed to be, you know, at least a handy.
Well, there's videos. Like,
From what I
there are
read, yes, there's videos
dude.
of, quote, manipulation of his genitals.
Manipulation.
And then there's also like an oral sex one.
Oh, so
I
he
want to
did
watch
get
that.
it.
I want to watch that.
So he did.
Well,
So
it depends on whether he takes the deal or not, if you can.
so he may just be Ronnie Job at this point because he's
Yeah.
getting tugs and blows.
Mm-hmm.
So Ronnie
RJ.
tugs, yeah,
RJ.
RJ. So I mean, RJ's getting it done either way.
Apparently, he's pissed. He's trying to file a motion to stop the public release of the videos, but I want to see him. I want to see him. Like,
You and the rest of America.
I want to see him. You know.
It's like I don't want to see him, but I'm gonna watch him. It's like, I'm, you know, if there's a fucking BuzzFeed link to that, and it's like watch.
Yeah, it's like I'm not
Robert
gonna
Kraft
not watch it.
getting jerked off. I was like, all right, well, is this me participating in the fucking sex trade? Like, am I officially a participant at that point in time if I'm watching the police videos
No,
of
I
the
don't
sex
think so.
I
slave?
think you
doing
have to be
that?
enjoying it.
I have to be enjoying
Yeah, that's good. You have to be touching yourself at the same time.
Okay.
If you are, then yes.
What if your dick's hard but you're not touching it? Are you a bad person then?
Yeah, then you're
Then
complicit.
you're a bad
Yeah, you're complicit, definitely.
Okay.
I just, to be honest, I need to get this video. I need to put some screenshots up so I have a new background for my computer because it's been Robert Petrino wearing a neck brace for a couple months now, and I
Yeah.
need something new. So like a kind of pixelated thing of some lady rubbing
Yeah. Fucking
RJ.
tugging off Robert Kraft.
Yeah,
That does it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not pixelated, you could put a little black box.
Yeah, just to
Wherever
cover
you
it, just
need
how,
to.
just because you know that room is stupid. Like, you know, it's such a ridiculously stupid room. It's probably like an 8x8 room with like one table, dimly lit, with like an Alexa in the corner, like some
God.
fucking like a fake plant. You know,
Yeah.
stupid.
Alexa, play REO Speedwagon. So I could go back to the 80s, like when I was getting fucking tug jobs in the 80s. Those were the days, man.
Alexa, play Culture Club.
Yeah.
When I was back when I was
I
doing
need some
cocaine.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a bunch of cocaine.
Well, let's not.
Fucking
So what is this gonna
slide
end?
by the
He's gonna be
buckle.
fine, I guess. Nothing's gonna happen. And
I think
then-
he's gonna be okay. I don't think he's gonna end up in jail.
Okay.
At this point, he's just trying to find a way to pretend like he didn't get like none of this.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, he's just trying to
Yeah,
find a way to get his
yeah.
own personal shaggy defense to fucking take hold. It's like, all right, I get that there are these videos out there of me getting tugged off and blown, but they're just not. All right, but
Those our
there's
dogs
not.
or
No,
No, that's
his
mine.
dog.
That's my dog.
That's his dog running fucking rampant.
Fucking pissing on the couch and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's our dog
damn
too.
it.
Don't eat the gravel.
So that's Ronnie Tug Joe update. We don't know how that's going to end. I'm
fine.
looking forward.
He's fine.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the many years in prison that Robert Kraft's going to spend there. If he murdered like 90 people, he might go to jail.
He's fine. Nothing's gonna happen to him, dude. Speaking of, I know you're a big Gronk guy. Did you hear about Gronk? He's gonna retire.
What?
He's fucking with you.
No, he's about to retire.
fucking with
Like, he put it on his Instagram and shit. Like, it's
He had
official.
too much fun in Miami for spring break.
Totally. It all started 20 years ago on stage at the NFL draft when my dream came true, and now I'm here about to turn 30 in a few months with a decision I feel is the biggest of my life so far. It's obviously not him writing that because these are very good sentences, but it pretty much
Yeah.
ends with a cheers to all who have been part of this journey, cheers to the past for the incredible memories, and a huge cheers to the uncertain of what's next. Gronk.
Oh my God! The
Oh, this
Gronker.
is
R.I.P.
This is live reaction. This is my live reaction to hearing that Gronk is retired, and my initial reaction is good for him.
Are you giving him a
Good for him.
congratulations?
Yeah, congratulations. He's doing a John Elway.
Yeah.
He's doing a full John Elway. He's got 3 rings. His body, like, man, it's at the end of him doing this thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't don't fucking be eating applesauce every day for the rest of your life,
Totally.
Robert.
Totally.
So I'm stoked on this. I think it's the right move. It's the right time. And good. This is good.
Are you putting in the Instagram comments? Are you putting little goats or are you putting happy faces? What are you doing here?
I'll probably, put a U of A thing in
Yeah,
there.
bear
And
down.
be like, yeah, way to go, Rob. Congrats.
So like a goat, maybe a couple bear downs, and then another goat with like some fire little flames. And a happy smile
Yeah,
at
there
the
you
end.
go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there you go. But for him, I want him to end up doing something fun.
He's
I don't
gonna
know what
be
it's
on
gonna be.
CBS or
I don't know. I hope it's
ESPN.
not. I hope it's not. He could even just be done with football, right? Just go
Okay.
do something fun.
He's kind of got a good personality. I can see him doing like that shit where house makeover, like where they take people's houses and turn them into like really sick.
Where like Gronk comes in and destroys your house.
He
and
does
then
the
like,
demo.
rebuilds, and then he like rebuilds your
He
life.
only does the demo, and he just blasts your house to the fucking concrete in the foundation. But anyways, congratulations.
One of the
big
so
man.
in the midst of this big news of Gronk retiring, one of these fucking fish is apparently eating a rock and taking all the attention of our sorry that this momentous fucking news has not captured you.
Well,
I'll fucking
what's going on over
that
there?
fish will be eating nothing but rocks.
What's going on in
Keep
your house, man?
disrespecting Gronk like that.
Well, I didn't know that you're not supposed to put the Ricky. Stop that. Not supposed to put gravel in with the goldfish because they eat it and then they could swallow it. And Mr. Fever is refusing to pay for goldfish vet bills, and like, because you have to take them to the vet and like get them sedated and like get the rock pulled out.
It's like a $6,000 procedure for like a $3 fish.
Yeah.
You sound just like him.
I would kill that thing.
He keeps threatening my fish.
After, I would, because the thing is, if you let that happen, if you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stand for that, then it could happen again. It happening once is something, but I'm gonna kill that fish in the most horrible ways,
You can't.
and I'm gonna fucking.
He's threatening my fishies.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my $6,000 out of that fish.
That's fucked up, dude.
You're gonna take him, like skin it, and then put it in the deep fryer, mix it up with some tater tots. Next thing you know, you're eating tater tots, and then you're like, damn, this one's a little gooey.
Ricky, don't listen.
This one's
a little chewy. I don't like
this one's a little mildewy. This one tastes like fucking Ricky.
Just so you know, one of them has a fungus right now. So,
Yeah. And then I die. Because I hate Ricky. And he gets his revenge. Ricky's revenge.
So we got two fish here. These are two beta fish, right? We got Ricky and Lucy.
no, they're goldfish.
Oh, they're goldfish.
They're fancy goldfish.
Oh, those things are gonna die, for sure.
Why do you guys have a death wish for my fish?
Dude, goldfish love dying. That's like what they love to do. Goldfish
No,
are...
only because they're not meant to live in bowls.
So do you have a bowl or do you have like a filtered tank? What do you have?
I have like a big ass tank.
Like a filtered tank for two goldfish.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfectly reasonable expense.
They're beautiful. First
You couldn't
of all,
get like a beta
he
fish,
says that,
dude? You couldn't
but
get
he
like...
knows that we have one
we got
upstairs.
a
That's
beta
Elvis
fish
the second.
upstairs, yeah.
That's Elvis the second.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
number
beta
two.
fishes, you can put them in like a solo cup and they're fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They don't
I
need
know.
filtration at all.
That's what I'm saying, man. These goldfish, they're very like finicky.
They love
and,
to
like,
die. I'm telling you, these things they love to die.
Well, yeah, they do. I mean, one of them has like this fin rot thing that like half her fin is like gone.
Nice.
Well, these are presumed genders as well, which I think Lisa
I'm pretty
said
sure they're
another
both
thing,
boys, but he's Lucy anyway.
which is the wrong thing to do. I mean,
You can't do that.
Lucy may be a
Maybe
lady.
he wants to be Lucy.
Maybe she identifies as a foxykin, and she's not even a
Don't
fish.
act like you're sensitive.
Maybe Lucy's kind of offensive.
You got me with
know?
that once already.
Yeah. What's that?
I'm gonna send you guys some recipes for goldfish. You can definitely eat those. Things.
No.
Okay.
You could definitely eat them. Pop them in the deep fryer. Boom, Lucy. It was good to know you. But
Just fucking roast you.
Oh please, you overgrown frat boys. These are not the first goldfish you've ever eaten.
and they won't be.
I never have
And they
eaten
won't
any
be the
fish.
last.
Like, no, I never did that.
You never were made to swallow a goldfish?
I did.
No.
I did.
See?
It was tiny
I'm
though.
really
It wasn't like a
surprised.
fancy goldfish. It was like one of those feeder
Yeah.
goldfish that are
yeah,
literally
see, no,
worth
these
like
are fancy.
2 pennies. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are worth like $8. They're really nice.
Well, fuck. That $6,000 surgery sounds way more reasonable now. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know, right?
It's like calling on the river, man.
Well,
We're already deep
that's
into the
why I
pot.
had to yell at him to not eat the gravels because he won't pay for the surgery.
So what happened to him? You were telling me that He had AIDS. What happened to him? Some crazy shit. You had to go to the
He has
store.
a fungus.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he has a fungus. So we had to go get they make fishy antibiotics. So we had to go to the store and get them. I mean, it's just something that you put in their water.
So I know a
This thing's gonna be dead by the end of the year. Just so you know, that thing's gonna be dead by the end.
He said that too because my nail lady has one and it's huge. And I'm like, Julia, how like old is your fish? And she's like, oh, he's about a year or 2 years old. And I asked Mr. Fever if he thought like Ricky or Lucy would live that long, and he said no.
I do not believe.
It would be an absolute miracle if those things survive. My God.
I thought they were dead the day we put them in the tank.
I know they were a little lifeless.
I think they're dead every day, and I don't care.
I know he doesn't care at all.
And then apparently there was some research done as to the most humane way to end a goldfish's life.
Throw them on the ground as hard as you can, right?
And,
no, you have to stick a tweezer in
and
their
you're supposed to
eye.
hold them down and tweeze right through their eyeball. And I told her, I was like, you need a tweeze, man. You just supply the tweezers. I'll get it done for you.
So like willing to
What
do
you
that.
do is you take a nail and you just
fish.
kind of line. You put the fish on on your table and you line up like a nail
Yeah.
and a hammer.
Exactly.
And just boom, and then it's over. And then you have.
Dude, my dad
tater
like threatened
tots.
to pierce my ears that way.
Yeah.
It's easy, dude. That shit doesn't hurt. Trust me, that shit doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt.
Yeah. It doesn't matter even if it does. It's a fish. You're not there to torture it, but whatever.
That's so sad.
There's fish are
Fish,
stupid.
fish get eaten by other fish. That's the most common way for a fish to die.
I just can't take it. I made my mom kill Elvis the first.
Why?
Well, we were moving and the mover told me that he would take him and he didn't. And then my mom had to like come in afterwards and she's like, I don't want this stupid fish. And I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm in Oregon. Like,
and clean up like that old lady on Pulp Fiction. Just come in. What's that, Jules? Yeah, I'll be right there.
I'll be right there. The wolf.
My mom was like a fishy hitman.
Dude, I had this beta fish, right? And I got rid of his name was Charlie, and I got rid of him, and I put him on Craigslist, and some lady drove literally like 3 hours to come and grab him. And I was
dude, people take like the fishy life seriously.
I put on Craigslist, I was like, if nobody comes and gets this thing within a week, he's going down the drain. And I was just a fact. Like he was going down the
Did she cry?
She hit me up like 2 hours later, like, do not flush him down the toilet. He's a living animal. I will pick him up. I was like, all right, I'm not driving more than 10 minutes from my house. And she's like, give me a place and a time. I'll be there. And this lady was there. And she's like, oh, I have like a what she
I have a home for him.
No,
A
not
better
home.
transportation system than the baggie you have him in.
No, it was like I have like.
Do you have a cup, ma'am?
shelter.
Okay, then I find you to be a suitable owner to take my fish. You do own a cup?
I
Very
didn't
well.
care if she would have told me at that moment, like, yeah, I'm gonna take him, I'm gonna eat him right here with some ketchup. I would have been like, good, I gotta go anyways, and I would just left it.
I think that's so nice though that you at least like made the attempt to rehome your fish. That's very nice.
You wouldn't stay and watch her eat that thing?
No,
You'd stay. I would
Yeah,
stay.
I would stay.
Goddamn.
I would
all right,
stay.
let
I
me
put it
see
on
this
Snapchat.
shit.
I'd be like, let me snap this real quick.
Like, yo, this lady on Craigslist, she
This
puts to eat
fucking lady on
fish. Let's go,
Craigslist,
lady.
this white bitch is crazy. Go ahead, white bitch, go. and then she would have swallowed
Can you
it.
used to see him as a white lady? Oh, it was a white lady.
He saw
I
her in
couldn't pick it
person.
up.
It was a white. It was a literally.
It would be a white lady though. Like it would be.
It was a white lady driving like a '98 CRV, and it was just filled with like boxes. And I'm like, all right, this lady lives in her CRV, but she's gonna take my fish. Okay, all right, just take him. Adios. I just left.
Oh my god.
But I did rehome him. I didn't flush him. Okay, so
It's okay.
He's probably dead somewhere.
Bobby fought one of my fish one time.
We didn't-
tried to.
We didn't
tried
fight.
to.
So we bought two beta fish. A friend of mine, we bought two beta fish. This is actually when we were in New Jersey. He came out to visit me. We bought two beta fish with the intent purpose of, they're fighting them and seeing who is the better beta fish.
Literally, like
And then,
literally,
that was
we're
good,
gonna
yeah.
fight these fish.
So
They were
my
gonna-
buddy, so we're like,
That's
we're like they fight at noon tomorrow, right? So we had like a period of time to like get your
I was so upset.
get your fighter in shape, right? So you had, it was nature and nurture, so you could put together a game plan. And my friend thought that it was a genius idea. He was going to strengthen and revitalize his fish with a nice change of water.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night. Like, all right,
off
so
and
he's
does
been,
this.
Oh, like
he's been drinking and everything.
So he surprised
But he
you.
was like, I'm gonna, yeah, no. He was like, all right, I want my fish
To have an advantage.
to have an advantage. So I'm gonna change the water out right now so it gets strong as fuck. Just rejuvenated by this fresh water.
Somebody gets
Not
it
sitting
done.
in that gunky like fish
But
store water.
he didn't condition any of the water, so his fish went belly up. Like the fight never happened. Like he murdered his own fish trying to
Just died that night.
Trying to cheat.
Yeah, it just died. It just sat there. So then my fish was just sitting in the window waiting for the fight. So that became window fish. And then he just stayed.
Yeah.
And then we had a fish named Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow.
I remember. I think he died, right?
He lived a very
He died,
tough.
but he came back to life like Jesus.
He lived a very tough life, not very unlike the real Timothy Tebow. That Tim Tebow suffered.
I remember
He
you
suffered
telling
greatly.
Me. I remember you telling me about your
suffered
fucking
greatly.
beta fish named Tim Tebow. I remember that shit.
So that fish, he lived a very, very dark and murky existence for a very long time.
What happened to him? Did he get signed by the Eagles?
Dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
Fish
They're
dead.
all dead.
Yeah, dead. Absolutely.
See, that's
dead.
why I'm saying it's so nice that you rehomed them because Bobby killed ours.
It was nice of you to offer that, even to just type, like the effort to type into Craigslist is like, I'm looking at that computer, I'm like, meh. It's like flush. Like the thought of driving 10 minutes, it's 20
That's what I
minutes.
said. I
plus
was
like 5 to the car. I was like,
Totally.
that's a half an hour. I'm into this fish.
As
Oh,
I was loading it into the
fucking no
car,
way.
I was like, "Oh man, what if I get water on my seats? Ugh, like,
Yeah.
this is way too much work." But the lady was so pumped. Like, had she not answered me, I probably would have just deleted the posting and thrown him in my pool and watched him just. You know? There's chlorine in
Good
there.
tits up.
Charlie,
Let some
Charlie,
3-year-old find
the
him.
pool skimmer got him. It was the pool skimmer. That was what got him. You know?
Sucked into the filter. Who was
He never had a chance.
filter? You say. So speaking of
Is
dire
that the end of fish
situations,
talk? I kind of enjoyed fish talk. That was fun.
let's go ahead. Let's be
Checking in with Lucy and Ricky.
Yeah, we'll do a
So-
check-in every once in a while. Make sure they're still
check in
breathing.
with those fishes a little
Now
bit.
that
later.
means that you kind of need to take care of them now. Like now
So-
the
Dude, I
pressure's
have
on.
so been taking care of them, huh? I have been like changing their water and like doing all this stuff. Like, yes.
You've been getting it done. You've been putting in a lot of effort for these fishes.
Once Game of
I'm
Thrones
really-
comes out, though,
I'm
you guys
really
are gonna
attached
be
to
busy.
them.
And there's been some effort on my part, more than I would like, but not an unbearable amount.
Yeah, he just
So-
has to carry the water buckets when they're heavy.
Oh, I hate that's the worst
So-
part. That's the worst part. Make her do that.
Isn't
Absolutely
it, though?
not.
Isn't it though?
That's the worst. You just got tricked,
So-
brother.
I know. Obviously, when I was a young child, my cousin and I, we grew up in the Midwest, and there were these things called pussy willow trees, which is awesome. It's great,
Good
particularly when
name.
you're
It's a
young.
good name.
It's called a pussy willow tree, and they had these little fucking like, I don't know, fuzzy bullshit. We're maybe 6 and 5 years old, 6 and 4. I'm older. I'm wiser, and I'm of course very manipulative.
Yes, he's been
at
this
that
way
particular
since his
age.
childhood.
So we go and we go door to door, and we're selling pussy willows door to door, like fucking just getting paid, right? I'm like, this is one of my first entrepreneurial endeavors. So we get paid, and I'm like, yo, homie, here's how it works, man. I appreciate your hustle, so I'm gonna give you all the gold coins, and I'm gonna take the silver ones, and we'll all be on our way. How's that sound, right? Pretty sweet, huh? So I gave him like 7 fucking cents, and then I took like 95, close to $1. And I was like, hell yeah. And then our fucking pussy willow scheme, well, it all became public knowledge. And then all of a sudden, Bobby Fever's a bad guy for fucking taking advantage of his cousin. But me, I've been
trouble?
spending 13 years fucking getting the gold coins and fucking having to carry the goddamn water around. So it all loops around on you.
Yeah, karma's a
Be
bitch.
good when you're a little kid.
Karma's a bitch.
Be fucking good when you're young. Karma's it's a natural transition into children getting molested. So let's
my
go
God.
ahead. Let's go ahead.
God.
Let's go ahead and talk about some children getting molested.
Oh my
Obviously,
God.
Yeah,
so there's
you
kids
told
that
me
got
some
molested.
weird shit just now before we started.
So those kids that got molested by Michael Jackson.
Allegedly.
Oh, so sad. No, dude, watch the
But
documentary.
let me ask you, Mrs.
100%.
Fever. What percent are you at as far as like, did it happen? Did it not happen?
Oh, 100%. He did it. Oh, he did it. He did it many times over. He is a terrible, scary, monster-y person.
Really?
Like, ugh. Oh my! It's really watch the documentary.
What was?
He
Give me a little
definitely
taste.
did
What
it.
was the weirdest thing that you remember? Give me one, because we talked about it on the last pod, but I'm kind of hesitant to watch it. 'Cause it's so
the little
fucking weird.
boy, when the little boy is talking about holding Michael Jackson's dick
Ew.
in his little
I wanna talk-
7-year-old
okay.
hands.
All right, let's not talk
There
about
you
it.
go. There
Okay.
you go.
I
Well,
thought it was
thanks
for
a
me,
lot
for me,
for that fucking image, bro. God damn.
for me personally, it was the heavy focus on the nipple twisting.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, that was
Is that a real
weird.
thing?
Yeah.
I only thought people
Yeah,
did that like in jest.
Nah, he
On South
really
Park.
liked. So he liked
Apparently
he
Michael
liked to have
Jackson
he
is
liked to
not.
have these kids suck on his nipples while he fucking jerked
All right, I don't want to talk
So
about
there
it.
you go.
I don't want to talk about
There's
it.
another
Yeah.
one.
I don't
See,
want
it's
to talk about
fucked
it.
There's
up.
another
I don't
one.
want to talk about it
Alright,
anymore.
So he did
All right,
that.
next thing.
So
Let's talk
people
about
that are
cruise
coming
ships.
out
Let's talk
talking
about cruise
that, Where
ships.
they're like that's part of the fabric in my life. Well, Babs is going to be playing cruise ships. We'll get to cruise ships here in a second. But old Barbara Streisand came
Oh
out
yeah.
and she said,
Some pretty evil shit.
"Yeah, I'm going to be real bad. Number one, they're not dead. Number two, they looked pretty stoked to fucking be hanging out with Michael Jackson and getting molested." So
She literally said they were thrilled to be there.
What a fucking
they look
bitch,
they
bro.
look thrilled to be there. Just some fucking
And it
crazy
didn't kill them.
fucking white lady who thinks that kids getting molested is totally chill. 'Cause it's like,
No, it's chill.
Yeah.
No, it's chill.
yeah, no, but that 30-year-old dick was Michael Jackson's dick, all right? So like, Shimona, it's all good. Like
Uh-oh.
Shimona, it's all good.
She came out though and said she's profoundly sorry for the comments.
Oh,
I
she
feel
did.
deep remorse and hope.
Yeah.
James and Wade. Oh, hold on, I got an ad for Cocktail Hour. Fuck you. That I truly respect and admire them for speaking their truth. Shut up, Barbara.
Oh, she is so full of shit.
That's a yachting apology
that's Kareem
right there.
Hunt. That's Kareem
That's
Hunt
a yachting
level
apology if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, yeah, she's
Wow.
yeah, that's a yachting level apology. I am against yacht
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Boo,
Boo,
yacht life.
yacht life.
Boo the
Boo.
yacht life.
Not a fan.
So why the yacht life? Well, perhaps size of the ship, I think, is the number one reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nautical issue.
It's also an environmental, thing too, because you're wasting too much gas.
MPGs per
Yeah.
participant.
Totally.
So
Way too many
it's
people
most
on
of the-
there too.
Way too many
It's
people.
not safe,
Mostly,
There's limits
mostly
to how
like,
many people can get
I
on
would
those
think
things.
too many prostitutes. I think would be maybe part of the problem there. But let's talk about a ship that's got just as many prostitutes, but more people overall, and that's a regular ass cruise ship. So I've never been on a cruise ship. Poker guy, you had some breaking news about a cruise
Oh,
ship.
no.
Yeah, not breaking
I'm really
news, but what I did
concerned.
is pretty much there's this. I don't really know what happened. All I know is that this crazy cruise ship was stranded in like Norway or something, and the ship.
Oh, no.
It lost its
Might
engine.
get stranded.
Yeah, so it was in a storm. So a lot of their electronics like stabilized the ship, and those electronics weren't working anymore. And for some reason, they don't staple the furniture to the fucking floor, which they should.
Oh my god.
And so there's a video, and actually I sent that video to you guys on the Zencaster, so you guys should watch it, and it's pretty fucking scary. It's crazy. I'm
Zencaster.
watching it
Watch
right now.
out. This could get fucking loud.
It's literally like the scariest shit ever because you can see in the background like the water, and the ship is.
Okay, it's only 44 seconds.
Look
Okay.
outside. Look at the
Oh
water.
shit!
Look at the
that
water.
piano. The piano's nailed down. At least the piano's nailed down.
Piano's let it down, but you know what isn't is the sofas, and so they're all sliding around.
Or that poor person that's working there trying to like.
You see the
be a
roof,
professional.
like, slam the
Oh my
lady's
God.
head at the beginning.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my god. Oh my
Jesus.
god. Oh my god.
Crazy, right?
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's crazy, isn't it?
How are you not standing somewhere with a life jacket on, just waiting?
Right by the boats, right by the little boats. That's where you find me,
Yeah.
life jacketed up.
Just sitting there, just being like, near fall.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Just start
at.
singing, dude, because this shit's going
Isn't that shit
down.
crazy? So apparently nobody died,
my
and
God.
apparently like the
That's
helicopters were coming and grabbing people. But we talk about it every once in a while, like fuck cruises. Like I ain't going on a fucking cruise. And there you go.
You surf with the sharks. What are you afraid of?
Well, I'm not in like the middle of the ocean. Like I can still see the beach, you know?
Oh.
Imagine being in the middle of the
Different
ocean.
thing.
Dude.
You're dead.
I've been on cruises. I love them, and now I'm scared.
So I got a
Yeah.
crazy story. Like my barber, he's Cuban, right? And he is not of this. He's an immigrant, but he's a legal immigrant. And he showed me on his phone like the boat that he built in Cuba. And they literally built this fucking boat out of palm trees and then put a giant like lawnmower engine in the boat. And then he said that like they went in, and the second like they're about 3 or 4 miles away, they just immediately start getting circled by these sharks. And he said like they're about 20 feet long, and they know exactly what's in that boat. Like they know what's in it, and they're just waiting for the shit to capsize. And he said at one point the ship flipped, and they had to flip it back over. And so he was telling me that. And I'm like, holy shit, dude! I'm complaining that I'm complaining they ran out of Bengay at CVS, and that shit ruined my fucking my week. You know what I mean? Oh, they don't have my favorite floss picks. Fuck CVS.
God damn it!
And this guy literally
hygienist is gonna be chewing my ass.
Oh god damn it! How the fuck was I supposed to floss?
God, that's like giving me like heart palpitations.
Well, he's told me that story, and that shit freaked me out. So going back to cruise liners, like imagine if you fall off. I mean, dude, people die on cruises all the time. That's the craziest part. People disappear all the time, and they get pushed off.
Yeah, I mean that's where you go to become Miss Fever.
Exactly. Because you push him off, you're like, I don't know where he went. I don't know. One day he was drinking a little too much. He heard 311 Amber. He started dancing outside. Next thing you know, he's off the side of the boat. I don't know. I don't know where he went. I'm so concerned. But deep down inside, you're like, fuck yeah, I got the fucking.
There's got to be like mad cameras on cruise ships at this point. Like. That's got to be. If I was a cruise director, I'd be like, "We have cameras all along the perimeter of the boat.
You try and push your spouse off of this boat.
Anybody looking to collect on a life insurance policy's on the wrong boat today." Ha 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 ha. No, but seriously, we got cameras everywhere.
Imagine being thrown off that boat, and then you just see that thing just driving away, and you're yelling and screaming, and nobody can hear you.
That's my nightmare.
That's
shit. My nightmare.
That's why I don't go on cruises right there.
Yeah,
I don't go on cruises for that fucking reason.
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh my god.
You're fucking dead.
Well, the thing that I've heard about is like they get like stranded out in the water and like their plumbing goes down. So you've got like thousands of people on this ship and with no running water.
Dude, you want to hear some crazy shit? I have a friend of mine.
Just be dropping turds over deck, you know. Get your fucking ice buckets, everybody.
I'll
start making dirty water. Get
that
dirty water.
The ice machine's still working, baby. Hey, I'll tell you some crazy shit.
What do you do with that? Hey, are you gonna wash your hands? All right, so let's get off of that before we chase. Some people are bigger fans, or less fans of dirty water. We got less.
Well, let's stop talking about dirty water. Let's move on to. Well, we all agree. I'm on team fuck cruises. Mrs. Fever, are you on team fuck cruises?
Well, now I'm scared that I am.
So you're up in the air, and Mr. Fever.
I am. I'm up in the air.
Mr. Fever rather sit at home, eat Doritos, and fucking eat hot dogs and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've not been on a cruise, and that'd be something new for me. I don't know how at this point how I'd react to that. I'd be fine if it was somewhat like proximal to, like a Caribbean cruise. I wouldn't want to do any sort of transatlantic cruise. If I had hope that if I had a life jacket on,
the whole time you like the whole time you walking around with a fucking life jacket.
Yeah, I just walk around. That's what I do.
Hello, Mr. Fever.
I'm like a
for
fucking,
8 today. I see
I'd
you're
be
still
like
wearing
a
your life
fucking.
jackets.
Yeah, I feel like a fucking human boat key on that cruise ship.
Yeah.
I would shower with that goddamn thing on.
Dude, cruises are no joke.
I would jerk off with it, and baby, we'd be making love, and I'd have that boat vest on. Oh yeah!
This giant rubber thing is really getting in the way. It's really killing the mood. To this dispatch song.
I think he'd look kind of cute.
Yeah, we'd find out, right? I think by like the 4th time, I'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ, Bobby, take the goddamn vest off. I'd be like, I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
You just hear the whole time, like rubbing on skin. Ugh.
Oh.
I'd be like, can I at least like fucking lasso it to my leg like a surfboard? If I can do that, then I'll take it off. As long as I got a fucking,
It's gotta be attached to my
if I can
body.
fucking handcuff it like a goddamn briefcase for $1 million. I want that, and then I got a little Camelback with one of those desalinators in it, and I'm ready.
Good to go.
And a knife, and a fucking big knife for the sharks, and let's fucking do this, everybody.
Can we get a flare gun? How about a flare gun?
And probably me for like some sunscreen too. I'd have that zinc oxide on my face the whole time, too, just in case.
Yeah. Dude, that's pretty good though. That's exactly. You're right.
I can't wait to take you on a cruise.
Be ready for it.
Dude, we'll go on a cruise someday.
We'll
We'll go on a cruise someday. It'll be fun as fuck. We'll go on a cruise.
Yeah.
We'll make that shit happen.
Yeah.
Make it happen. All right, so let's go on. I mean, new things for me. I like new things. I feel like all this goodwill that we've built up over the course of this podcast could end up going away here very soon, because we got in an argument in our household over. I sent you a link. I sent you a link. And here's the deal. I don't question whose side you're on here. You're on my side. It's 2-1. That's not
Patriarchy always sticks together.
But yeah, we're going patriarchy here. But the fucking hats came out. The fucking pussy hats came out when this happened, and I was like, this ain't a big deal. And then this turned into a whole like fucking basically Bob Kraft getting jerked off by a sex slave. This is as bad as that situation. So are you looking at what I sent you?
No, I'm on the Barbara Streisand Reddit thing, and people on the Barbara Streisand Reddit like page, they're not talking about this apology thing. So they got their heads in the sand, and they're not acknowledging the fact that she said what she said. I actually wasn't even listening to what you were saying, bro. So I was like,
That's good.
Oh my god,
That's
it's
good.
like you.
So open the fucking link that I sent you. All right. Some dude
does he
went
do
to
that
Hoot-
shit to you, Mrs. Bieber?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And I'll like check in with him, and I'm like, do you have any idea what's going on? I don't.
At least he's honest, though. It's the honesty. It's better than me saying, like, yeah.
Sometimes he tries to fake it. Sometimes he tries. But sometimes he's just like, I couldn't even pretend that I was listening.
Grab a keyword to pivot off of.
Oh, sometimes things happen, Yeah, you got to do the best you can, It is what it is.
I heard the word eyelashes. Eyelashes are funny. They keep all sorts of stuff out of your eyes.
I wish I had longer eyelashes. What do you think about that? And then,
how do you
boom,
feel about yours?
then you're back in the game, baby. All right, so
Back in the
I did
game.
see the thing you sent me. It looks like there's a bunch of little black kids at Hooters, and
Okay,
Jesus
there you go.
Christ.
That's aptly described.
yeah,
So they're. I mean, I would say the youngest one is what, 10? 10
No.
to 20. 10 to like.
That's a cool picture.
Younger. That one,
The purple one, the guy in the purple shirt.
he is.
he is
He
like
is so
6
cute,
years
bro.
old.
Look at his face, bro.
6.
He's like, fuck yeah, dude. This is at Hooters,
So
right?
he's
This is at Hooters.
yeah. So these kids are sitting at Hooters, and they're seeing some behind the camera person that they're very much enjoying, and it's probably a chick in a Hooters waitress uniform.
This is awesome. I like this.
Yeah, that was generally. Let's quit thumping the table there. The fucking picket signs and fucking pussy hats are coming on the other side of the table, and I was like, it's whatever. But apparently, to everybody else, this is a bad. This is a bad.
This
thing.
is terrible.
Why is this bad?
It's a bad thing.
Why is this bad?
How old is that little boy?
He's old enough.
10.
He
Let's
knows.
call him 10.
No, he is
let me
not
tell you
10. He
something.
is like
Does
6.
he?
Let's call him 8.
Is
Let's
that
call him
face?
8.
Is that a face of horror, or is that a face of oh yeah? Like what is that?
Really? What are you teaching him? What are you teaching that child?
That,
Here-
that
here's the
chicken
thing.
wings are awesome. What do you mean?
Really?
I don't know if I've been listening to
Really?
which Barbara.
Is that what they're learning right there? In
I
that
don't know if
picture?
I've been listening to which Barbara Streisand looks like he's having a great time being there. All right.
That's exactly what you sound like.
Look,
I'm just
look.
saying, he looks like he's having. But
probably
like,
still
legitimately,
alive.
like he's,
They're probably still
he's
alive.
not getting he's not getting molested by a fucking 30-year-old man, so he probably actually is having a great time being there.
You don't think this is like
they're all
a
having a
fun
great
picture?
time
This
being
is
there.
such a fun picture, isn't it?
Like what a bonding moment.
yeah,
like they're all gonna remember
totally.
that.
Like
Bonding over what?
titties.
over wings and
Over
beautiful
the
women
objectification of women?
and beautiful women. There's nothing wrong with that.
But we like titties.
Really? Does that 6-year-old child understand
he knows.
that women are not supposed to be objectified?
I'm sure they're having a very frank discussion about
Really?
that while they're waiting.
Is that what these
for their
kids are
mozzarella
learning?
sticks? It's mozzarella
It's
sticks. and
mozzarella
You
morals.
honestly
Sticks
think that
Tuesday.
little boy is old enough to be in there?
Yeah, it's morals and mozzarella sticks Tuesday. All right.
Oh my
That's what
God.
they got
Dude, what's
going
crazy
on.
Oh
is,
my
did you see the
God.
kids menu? Who knew they had a fucking kids menu? That's crazy.
They have a kids menu?
Yeah, look.
Oh my
it's right there.
God.
Kids menu.
Oh my God.
Kids go to Hooters. You've never been to Hooters. I have been to Hooters.
You never been to Hooters?
And
No.
Why not?
never been to
Why
Hooters.
would I go to Hooters?
They got good chicken wings.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've heard that is such crap.
No, it's
They're
true. They do.
tasty.
They do.
Okay.
It's better than Buffalo Wild Wings for sure.
Better than
but-
Buffalo Wild Wings for sure.
Well, my main problem is I don't like chicken wings.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the big thing. They don't like
Yeah.
chicken wings.
Well,
So
what about
I
mod
would've
sticks?
never
Do
had
you
a
like
reason.
mod sticks?
Not as like a purpose to go to Hooters.
But you would eat them if they were
Yeah.
placed in front of you and they were super delicious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to
All right,
Hooters.
yeah.
Oh yeah, next time I'm in town, we're going to Hooters.
They got burgers. They got burgers. We're gonna take a
got
picture
burgers.
of
They
you,
got
and then
burgers and
here's
shit.
what we'll do: we'll take a picture of you, and then we'll put it up next, like split screen it next to these kids. Their first time at Hooters versus your first time at Hooters.
And here's the thing. Okay, I have no problem with women choosing to make a living any way that they deem appropriate for themselves. Like, there is nothing wrong with that. I am not judging them by any means. What I'm saying is that these young men are too young to be put in a situation where they don't understand that the objectification of women is not okay. Like, they're learning in this situation
naked.
that they can
You know,
They should,
really
they're not naked.
like
they should take another
They're-
picture of these kids.
okay
with
because
their-
they haven't paid enough
Wait, what do you mean?
and that's what they're learning.
What do you mean? Explain
That
this.
if
I
they
don't know.
pay
Explain it to me.
enough,
If they pay,
that women are their property.
That's a bold.
That's
That's,
bold.
a bold. That's a really bold.
I'll
that's a bold
tell you
statement.
what's genuinely bold. It would be genuinely be bold would be to take a picture, a side by side picture of these guys with their Hooters waitress and Hannah Mountsy, and see what their
Well,
reaction would
Mrs.
be.
Fever, you're not alone
to
because
that
I'm looking at the
situation.
comments and some people are thinking the same thing that
Yeah.
See?
his sons are objectifying women, but then other people are
Yep.
saying the same thing I'm saying. Like, you know, well, let me ask you this: what about a water park? What if I take, let's say I'm the dad, I got 4 kids. I've adopted 4 black kids, just like me, myself, Irene. I love them to death.
Yeah.
They're cool. I take them to a water park. I take them to Wet and Wild.
Me
The water
myself,
park
and
is
Irene, he
literally-
thinks they're his kids.
The water park is literally called Wet and Wild. I take them to Wet and Wild, and then there's chicks walking around in bikinis.
Mhm.
Is that, what do you think of that? Is that a big no-no?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
You teach them to be respectful.
Okay.
Can't you do that inside of Hooters?
Does that look like what's going on right there?
I think the oldest kid is like, he obviously has got something else on his mind, but the little one,
I think he's respecting the fuck out of those things.
Really? That's what that says to you.
That's mega. It's mega respect. That's exactly what's going on.
I see where you're
Mad
coming from, though,
respect.
Miss Fever. I get it, but I also, this is a kind of a cool moment. That's all I'm saying. It's kind of a cool moment.
Cool moment of what?
Of, you know,
Of objectifying women together?
no, just,
Misogyny.
they're just you know,
Misogyny.
monogamy. You know, this could be your wife right here. You know, it's a monogamy
Right.
moment. That's all.
You could, maybe one day you two could have a son who you could bring to Hooters.
Yeah. This makes me want to have
You
kids.
could meet
this,
his wife.
This makes me want to have kids. If anything, this is a great picture.
So you can teach them that women are objects.
No, I just want
to
to
be
take them
leered
to
at.
Hooters.
To leer at
No,
women.
to eat chicken wings.
Does that look like what they're doing?
Well, no, because
And
they
then
haven't ordered
drink some
yet.
beers
Obviously,
and-
they haven't ordered
and
yet.
drink some beers.
You know.
Yeah, I haven't ordered
ordered
yet. Jesus.
I mean, I understand. Maybe
So.
I think you're just saying that you wouldn't want your young kids going to Hooters because you think it's too young for them to be doing that, right? I guess that's what you're really saying.
It's too young to, well, unless you're there to have that discussion with them and teach them that, you know, to differentiate like all that stuff, and they're too young to kind of like dissect that. All they see are like, you know, huge boobs in their face.
Yeah.
They're too young to understand.
Sometimes men of any age, that's all you see is huge boobs in your face.
That speaks more to the shortcomings of your species.
I know we suck. I know. I know. I never said we were better than you girls. We're not complex creatures. We're not. We're really not.
Just saying.
I like, there is nothing wrong with huge boobs. I think they're fantastic. Like, you know, like there's nothing wrong with women wanting huge boobs or having huge boobs. Like, you just need to understand that, like, they're their boobs. They're not your boobs. Like,
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's
I see what
not
you're saying.
yours to like leer at. Like,
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
You know,
I see what you're saying.
it's a passing glance. You know.
yeah, be respectful. Don't be pervy.
Yeah. When you're caught, give an acknowledged nod, a tip of the cap, Miss Corningstone. And, you know, be on about your.
Yeah, I think you might be on something there. A little too early to kind of get that interaction with women, but you know.
So a couple other things I wanted to touch on here before we get going into our relationship advice. While we're
You two are such authority.
you know, before we fucking, how do we reach these kids? Before we reach some kids with some sage wisdom, we went to lunch yesterday and we ran into one of my cousins who wasn't at his best. All right, so we had a conversation about tipping, and we ran into a guy who was on the other side of
a prick.
on the other side of where you and I were at on that. So we went to this diner, and it was a pretty sweet diner. I wasn't trying to just get fucked up, like, as far as like eating. You know, they have cinnamon rolls there that are the size of a goddamn like
Small baby.
like 88 Honda fucking like tire. They're disgustingly large.
This is
I wanted
Cinnabon?
one.
Where's this?
No, this is a diner like right in our neighborhood, or like a little like a neighborhood or two away from us. But yeah, no, they make these cinnamon rolls that like I'm pretty sure outweigh my chihuahua.
Oh, I love
like,
cinnamon rolls. Oh my god.
They're huge, and they were delivering food. It's where they deliver these huge plates of food, so you're kind of eye fucking
Yeah,
everybody's
it's like diner
food.
food.
I
Yeah,
love diner
Like,
food. Oh my
there's
God.
yeah, it's really good.
There's a table behind Mrs. Fever who I was watching. This guy got delivered. He was one of your cousins. He was a bit on the huskier side, and he got delivered this fucking gigantic omelet.
I don't
Like,
get it when.
What's
Why
that?
is he his cousin?
What's that? Because he has a similar
His
skin
tan,
tone.
his tan is more olivey
Yeah.
than say Bobby's tan. You know.
Yeah, like if he's probably more related to Poker Guy than he would be to me.
Well, then what am I?
What's that? We don't need to confuse the situation with mixed race people. So anyhow, let's go ahead. You could be related to both of us. There we go. Or you're both.
Wait,
our
I don't even
cousins.
know what
Congratulations.
you are though. I thought you were of the like Caucasian descent.
She's half.
Mr. Fever calls me a sleeper.
She's half your cousin.
What?
Yeah,
Let me get a
Yeah.
digital high five real quick. Like a woo! There you go.
I'm half Mexican.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up? You like tamales? Let's go.
Let's go. Excuse me, vamonos.
Vamonos. Do you like the red sauce or the green sauce? Let me get your opinion. The red or the green?
Dude, red.
I don't know.
Red saucer. Just like the rest of us gringos. That's a
Gringo
sign.
choice.
Speaking.
Well, okay, so
You've
understand
chosen
my
Poorly.
mother's family
Poorly.
are like Texans. They're like Texas Mexicans.
Yeah, that's why you go
So, like,
green.
that's who
That's
we
why you
are.
go green.
Yeah. No, red. Oh, Grandma would not be happy with you. She only makes the red.
No, you gotta go green. Yeah, green.
Oh no.
Where are we at?
And that's why I don't like Mexicans. Next. No, you guys cook the best. You guys have the best food. Tex-Mex. Oh god, Tex-Mex. That's why everybody in San Antonio is like obese because you go there every.
It's true.
It is. It's true.
It's so yummy.
So delicious. You get some big burritos in there. Get some red sauce in there. Some green sauce.
There is this fucking guy who was a friend of mine in college who came. So it's the University of Arizona, and he came from Chicago. tons of motherfuckers from Chicago go down there because they get tired of the cold and all that. And I fucking had to walk around this guy, and he had this fucking, oh, hey, you're from Chicago? I'm from Chicago. Conversation with 3 million people. And you guys just had the, I'm Mexican, you're Mexican.
He's not Mexican.
I know he's not Mexican.
I'm not a Mexican.
I am not.
know.
Oh, that's from Clueless.
He's
Clueless. I am not the
I am
Mexican.
not a Mexican.
He's Asian. He's Asian.
I just say I'm ethnic. I'm ethnic.
You're ethnic.
I tell people that I'm ethnic.
But anyhow, back to this guy who's definitely my cousin. So he's my cousin. And he was probably on meth. I don't know if he was on meth. He probably had
I hope not. They were sitting there with a baby.
He probably,
for the sake of the story, he's on meth.
Oh, I was at Costco the other day. This guy was definitely fucking on meth. He filled up his Mountain Dew 3 times. He's with his family too, and he kept spinning his jaw like underneath him, left and right.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
right
dog,
there.
you're fucking meth the fuck out. I just stayed away from him and tried not to look at him. I didn't want him to go all methy on me. So that's like what I do when I see meth heads. I just try and fucking, avoid them. Yeah, that's a good rule for everybody.
It's like with Pat, do not engage.
Yeah, do not engage.
Oh, I need
Fucking
a Pat
Pat.
too.
Pat just up
She's
to
been
it.
behaving.
She's been getting it done. But anyhow, this dude's on meth, and he's there with his presumably wife or baby mama, and she's sitting there. She's got her makeup done to her credit, but she's got kind of those draw-on eyebrows, and she's wearing fucking sweatpants. She's got a sweatsuit, excuse me.
sweatsuit.
Like a matching sweatsuit.
Great.
Right? This fucking lady's giving up on life.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's here with this guy who's definitely an abuser. Like,
He's a prick.
like she's probably wearing that sweatsuit. I mean, just be real bad to cover up some bruises.
To hide
Like to
bruises,
cover up
yeah.
some fucking bruises from this monster.
Yeah.
And then their kid is there, and their
Making
kid,
a mess.
their kid is I don't know a year old or less, like a year old ish,
Nice.
1 to 2 years, and they like this. So the guy gets this gigantic omelet and hash browns. And meanwhile, your cousin behind Mrs. Fever has fucking polished off professionally his gigantic breakfast. It was very satisfying for me to watch it go down. I was like, "Oh, good for you. You're gonna go home and take a nap, aren't you, buddy?" But anyhow, the abuser to our right, my right, her left. He was also made me feel somewhat because I'm bigger, so I took the booth. And I was like, I had Mrs. Fever sit on the chair, and then I was like, oh no, that's what this guy did. Am I an abuser? Is that the abuser move?
I asked
Is that
you
the
which one you
abuser
wanted.
seating arrangement?
No, I asked you which one you wanted.
I was like, yeah.
You sit on that fucking chair.
Yeah.
You sit on that fucking
Yeah,
chair.
bitch, you get over on that fucking chair.
You get on that chair. Bitch, don't you dare. What I say in the car?
So,
What I say in the car?
Domestic violence.
so anyhow,
Domestic violence
yeah,
jokes.
anyhow.
Our favorites.
they're sitting there, and this kid starts banging.
Oh my God.
On this fucking plate
How
or
old?
something.
How old is this kid?
A year or 2
1.
years old. Just banging on this thing, and they're fucking. The guy knows it's going on. The lady seems like she's deaf, like she
There's
just
no
fucking
way,
doesn't
like-
understand what's going on.
Yep.
And
Repeatedly.
the whole restaurant, to me, I find it amusing. Whenever I get in one of these situations, particularly with a kid, I find it amusing because my pain will stop very soon. You're taking this shit with you, bitch. Like, so whatever's going on, I'm gonna enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna.
Bobby Fever likes a good dumpster fire.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
enjoy it.
Exactly. I'm slowing my car down on the freeway to check this shit out. All right. So, and
He
it's
really
right
does.
next to me. But I like watching the other people, and then all the other people start just looking over at us, and because they're right next to us, and I'm watching them, so I have a great view of all these heads snapping around. Because this persisted for minutes.
Yeah.
This kid just banging on this thing. Management did nothing. It just fucking.
Is he yelling?
No,
Is he
he's
making-
just
No.
like pounding away on this dish
It's
with
just-
a spoon.
Yeah, it's ting ting ting.
like
mega
bam,
loud.
bam,
Mega
I'm
loud.
like, oh my God.
And they did nothing to address it. Not a single goddamn thing to address this situation.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
meanwhile, the kid is taking hash browns and just fucking slamming them on the ground like he's fucking Dr.
Yeah,
J.
you know how like kids like smash food up in their hands and then just like
Yeah.
let it go? It was all
Yeah.
like surrounded his chair, like just everywhere. Like there was like a
Awesome.
2 foot like radius of just like crap on the floor.
Awesome.
It was fucking
Good.
disgusting.
It was disgusting.
So then the bills
The
come.
beauty of childhood.
Yeah, I know. I wonder why we don't have kids. Like both of us are just like, ew, no.
Wonderful.
So then
Great.
the bills come. Our bill's like $30, which I was like, okay, that's a little pricey for fucking basically like a very mild lunch.
Eggs and cheese.
Yeah. I mean, we're out the lunch menu. That was a sandwich and a fucking chicken tendy basket.
Yeah.
Like,
That's some Oregon bullshit.
and two
price right
iced
there.
teas. And I'm staring at $30. So I'm like, all right, well, fucking whatever. So I tipped, like, and we had a very good waitress. Like, the waitress was almost overwhelming with how, like, on top of her shit she was. Or it kind of made me uncomfortable. But whatever.
She gets a 20% tip.
Yeah.
He gave her more than that.
I tipped like whatever $8 or something, which is not 30%, but it's more than 20, less than 30. I don't know where that
Yeah.
falls,
Probably
but that's
around 25.
yeah, but that's decent.
30, move the decimal to the left once, then you're at $3.
Yeah.
That's 10. You double it. That's
And-
6. There's 20. Bada bing.
Boom.
$6.
So
That's how my dad taught me how to do it.
so anyhow,
There you go. Digital high five. Let's go.
so but and also we were very easy. You know, we want an iced tea that was refilled once. Here's our meal. Give me a box. Thank you. Goodbye. We're not banging spoons. We're not chucking hash browns on the ground. So these guys fucking bill comes and you take it from here. I didn't see this part.
Okay, so yeah, so she hands her bill, and the guy's like signing it, goes to sign it, and he goes, "Well, I'm tipping her $1." And the wife or the girlfriend or whoever looks up at him and goes, "Why are you doing that?" And he's like, "Why not?" And she's like, "Because of this." She's like, "Because of this alone," and like points to the mess that the kid had made. And he's like, "I don't care," and just like signed it. And
Piece
I
of
was like,
shit.
what the fuck? I was like, this is the, and they had the same waitress we did. She was so sweet, like a nice girl. Whatever. And I was like losing my mind. I'm like, this is not okay. Like,
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
This aggression will not stand,
aggression
man.
will not
This
stand.
aggression will not
This
stand.
aggression will not stand.
it will not.
Man.
And I was like, do you have it? I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, Bobby, do you have more money?
103.
Like, give me your wallet. Like,
Give me a wine.
and I was like, wait, no, I have money. And so I like put an extra like 5 on our tip. And I wrote on the thing, I was like, sorry, the people next to us are rude and stiff to you.
That's nice of you. That's nice.
Well,
of you.
that's fucked up, man. Like, I know what it's like to work for tips and like have your income be dependent on tips. Like, dude, when people are assholes, like it's shitty.
Yeah. They should like, I don't know how reasonable or feasible this is, but they should automatically take 20% and immediately just factor that in so that you don't have a choice to not pay that. 20%.
There are some restaurants that do that where they're actually like
no, I've been to restaurants
where they're
like
actually
that,
just
yeah.
say, there are signs that say your
Yeah.
gratuity is
It's-
factored into a living wage for our wait staff. Like
Yeah.
do not
Yeah.
tip. Those are unless there's one of those fucking signs and like 9 times right in your face. Put some damn money on the bill.
Just give people money. Like, just be nice. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't be that
Is
guy.
that where you turned around and just let him have it?
No,
Just
he
wanted you
he
to-
scampered out to his car, and we just fucking minded our own goddamn business. Like we're not getting in people's being like, "How could you stiff her, sir?" It's like, dude,
No,
it's like,
I just
no, I'm
left
not
her
trying to.
out, yeah.
I'm not trying to get in a fight with the fucking tweaker in a parking lot of a diner. It's like, here's an
in
extra.
front of his baby?
You know, here's an extra here's an extra $5. So now
Watch
it's
your
like,
dad get knocked the fuck out. Bah!
so now it's like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, you made, you know, if our bill is $30 and their bill is $30, now you made $13 on $60, and that's fucking 20%, and that's fine. Now you can go on about your day and forget about that and start slinging more sandwiches.
Do you guys have Jimmy John's near you?
Yeah.
We do.
All right, so Jimmy John's super fast subs. Sometimes when I work, I'm mega lazy and I just want bread and delicatessen sandwiches. So I order from Jimmy John's, and the guy came in, he dropped off the sandwich, and it was like $10 because I got like a cookie too, because I can't not get one of those cookies because they're delicious. And then when I'm writing my like thing, I asked the guy, I'm like, hey bro, like it's $10. Like, what do you people usually tip? Is 20% cool? And the guy was like, oh dude, yeah, like, dude, 20% is great. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking $2 for a $10 meal, and you drove it to my fucking place of business. Like, that's the least I could do. And I started talking to the guy, and he was saying, yeah, some people don't even tip me at all. Some people flat out stiff me.
Yeah.
And I drive to their business or to their home, and they still don't tip me.
Some people are
and
assholes.
I was like,
if some
fucking motherfuckers, dude, like come on, just give the guy some money.
If some dick,
this guy's got no teeth.
Yeah,
he's missing teeth. For God's
Jesus
sake.
Christ, I
He needs
gotta
money for a
get this
goddamn
guy
tooth.
the fucking denture, man.
Yeah, give him a denture,
He's
bro. This
living
guy's
off
like
of raw hot
25.
dogs, dude. Like Jesus Christ.
You can't just take Kraft singles and roll them up into little burritos and eat those for the rest of your life, okay? You need some nutrition, brother.
God
But
damn
yeah, no,
it! Even
it's-
Ricky had taquitos.
At least he had taquitos.
Yeah,
Okay.
fucking bulk up on. No wonder you're so thin. You can't eat any. You can't eat frozen
You can't-
taquitos.
Well, that explains it. You're not eating the frozen taquitos. That's what
We'll
it is.
get
You're
you
not
all
eating
beefed up. We'll get you some dentures, some fucking frozen taquitos. You're gonna have to cook.
You
You're
may
gonna have to,
die
you're gonna
at
have to cook
36,
them extra
you know?
mushy, and then we'll get you craned out of your fucking parents' bedroom.
You will not be able to fit into the crematorium. We'll just have to slice you up in a couple pieces and, just kind of shove you in there.
All right,
That's sad. Johnny Depp just like lit his mom on fire.
gonna have to.
Oh, like in
Gilbert Grape?
Gilbert Grape, yeah. Not like real life, like in a movie.
Yeah. You know what's
just-
funny that you say that is I saw on Reddit somebody posted that they take their microwavable meals and they don't heat them.
I saw that.
cold.
That's disgusting. Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking gross, dude.
Just non
That's
frozen like broccoli.
Hot pockets and shit, like biting into
Oh my
hot pockets.
god.
That, like,
Wait,
or
why? Who's doing that?
When we were in Iraq, we
sick people, Mrs. Bieber, sick people that are fucking breaking the fabric of our civilization. Sick fuckers.
when we were in
don't know.
when we were in Iraq, we
Ugh.
didn't have a generator, so we were on city power, and we had like these frozen hot pockets, and you could cook them in this microwave, but then the power would fucking go out like halfway through the fucking hot pocket, and the power may not come back on for hours. So I was like, "What do? Do you stand there like blindly hoping for it to come back on?"
You stare at it like a
Or,
fucking
like,
dog. Like,
Yeah. Or sometimes you would take like the heater packets from the MRE and try and see if you could get a couple of those to like get it the rest of the way. Or you just fucking eat.
That's so
Or
shitty.
you just eat the cooked edges and throw the rest of it away. It doesn't matter.
What about ironing? What's the thing that people use to iron their clothes that I don't use because I
an
don't care how I
iron.
look?
An
Yeah.
iron?
Iron,
Yeah.
an iron. In college, when we would go on trips with friends, like we go to like spring break and Key West, all that type of shit, we would take pizza and eat it the next day, and sometimes we wouldn't have microwaves because Holiday Inn's down in Key West.
Yeah.
don't have
No,
microwaves
don't
'cause
tell
they're
me
fucking
this.
Garbage.
Don't tell me this.
You just
We
fucking.
would flip the irons, flip it, plug it in, make sure there's no like hair or fucking semen on it or anything.
Yeah.
Put that pizza, which happens to be shaped like
That's
a
not
triangle,
okay.
on the iron.
Wait,
And
what
it's like a
happened?
George Foreman grill. It comes out crispy.
Did he go
Comes
away?
out crispy, comes out fresh, comes out delicious. Nobody knows. And when it's done, you let it cool. You wipe it
Welcome.
down, put it back in the closet. Bada bing, bada boom. Nobody knows. And you're eating
Ricky, stop eating the
you know,
goddamn gravel.
good pizza. You know?
Welcome to Artisan Caster, our classic.
I need to
Caster
prime that
experience.
sand.
That's all right. You can go.
I'm gonna close the thingies. Ow, those earbuds hurt my ears.
I know it's a long time to wear them.
How?
Oh, Jesus. We have a connection issue.
Might as well stop this.